Hello and welcome to Alex Cooks, the #1 cooking show of YouTube. Now, what shall we be cooking today? Well, again, because it's Halloween and it's the big lead up to Halloween, we are going to be baking some pumpkin pie. Now that is good. Pumpkin pie. What is more traditional and Halloweeny than a slice of that stuff? Boy, no. Now, anyway, let us get down to ingredients. Now, to make the pumpkin pie, you shall be requiring, well, of course, we're going to make a short crust pastry. You may have seen this being done for our other pie, which we made not too long ago. But in case you don't remember, we are going to go through the ingredients for the pastry again. 225 grams of plain flour, half a teaspoon of salt, 4 ounces of butter cut into 1 centimetre cubes, and about 2 tablespoons of cold water. And now for the actual filling: 450 grams of pumpkin flesh cut into 2.5 centimetre slices, half a pint of water, 50 grams of apricot or plum jam, 1 egg, 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 25 grams of currants or raisins. Now that is what we are making today. Let's get cooking. Okay, so now we're going to tip in our salt here. There we go. I'm gonna mix it in with the flour. I think that ought to do it. And now in goes our butter. Okay, I'll just peel off the rest of my fingers. In you go, in you go. So what we ought to do now is that we're going to use our fingers to rub this into the flour, the butter, until the mixture resembles breadcrumbs. Okay, now we are going to put in our 2 tablespoons of water. There's number 1. And there's number 2. Now we're going to mix this all together with this here knife until dough starts to form. Okay, so now we've now got our ball of dough, and looks quite nice. And we're going to stick this into the fridge whilst we prepare the pumpkin. Okay, so we preheated the oven to about 200 degrees Celsius for our fan oven, and what we are going to do now is we're going to boil our pieces of pumpkin, as you can observe, for about 10 minutes until soft. Now at first we're going to put the water into this here pan, which is where we're cooking the pumpkin. There we go. Wow, not too much there. Anyway, in goes the pumpkin slices. Wonderful. Now we're going to cook all this in boiling water for 10 minutes. Okay, now my pumpkin's been cooking for about 10 minutes now. We're going to drain them out and then leave them to go cool whilst we prepare the pastry. So the pumpkin is now cooling down, and here is our pastry from the fridge. Now we're going to roll it out and nice and flat so it will fit into our base. Okay, well, as you can see, my pastry is now in the bowl, and to be honest, yeah, it's not exactly my best work, but then again, I am apparently branded the recipe rookie, so you know, you gotta forgive me there. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to spread the plum jam all over the bottom of the pie case. Okay, now we've almost completely spread the jam over. Once we have finished this, we shall now proceed to the actual rest of the filling. Now I'm going to prepare my filling for the pie. I'm just going to knock a bit of egg in there. So first off, we're going to pour in our egg. One. That should do. So now we put in our brown sugar. That we shall do. And also the majority, though not all, of the nutmeg. Okay, just gonna keep adding it in until I get the signal to stop. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use this here blender to cream it all together into a smooth paste. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you were here just so you can smell this with me. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pour in our dried fruit, our raisins here. We're going to give it a quick stir into the mixture. And then we're going to pour all that into this case. Okay, look at it go. Oh wowee, look at all that slopping and dropping. Slopping and dropping, that's my rap name now. Slopping and dropping is late single. Okay, for the next step, right before we put it in the oven for 15 minutes, we're going to sprinkle on the remainder with cinnamon, nice and even as possible. Wasn't too even, but you know, hey ho, you know, that's the way the life happens. Okay, so you can see I sprinkled the cinnamon on top of my pie here, and I'm going to stick this into the oven for 15 minutes, and then once that 15 minutes is done, we're going to turn down the temperature to 180 degrees Celsius, and then cook it for another 15 minutes. See you then. There it is, our pie is now out of the oven. We're just going to leave it to cool for a little bit until it's time for the taste test. Okay, so the pumpkin pie is now out of the oven. This has been given a little bit to refrigerate to allow it to set. It is set indeed. Now we're going to cut off a chunk of it and eat it nice and proper. Okay, just nail it. There you go. The quest is over. Down the hatch. Not bad. I have to say the nutmeg on the top does provide a wonderful autumnal taste that mixes perfectly well the creaminess of the pumpkin filling icing mixture majigger, and of course the pastry is very perfect. Just ignore that noise. Yes. Anyway, another culinary success from my kitchen. If you like this video, do be sure to like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this on your Facebook and Twitter. And also follow my social media on Instagram, Facebook and my blog. I shall see you in the next video.